All right, we're going to do a little decimal review for this um, lesson. We're not at the end of our pathway yet, but we figured it'd be a good time to just make sure to review some of those things you learned last week and this week. So, color in 6/10 of the image. Now, it's not divided into tenths, but we can imagine, because we know that there are 10 lines or 10 columns, so I just need to color in 6 of those lines. So I'll color mine vertically, you could color yours horizontally. There's 1, 2, does not do perfect, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, because that's 6/10. You could also think of it as 60 hundredths, right? Because I know that 6/10 is equal to 60 hundredths as far as, oh, okay, it is in hundredths. How could I think of it in terms of that? This next one is color 6/100ths of the image. Okay, like 6 cents. If this was a whole dollar, I'm just coloring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so a much smaller part of it. Okay, just like a small part of it. That last one was over half. This one is just a much smaller piece. Now, if I were to compare 6/10, 64 hundredths, okay, either you might know by looking at it, or we can again think, okay, I'm going to write them on top of each other. Add a 0, 60 hundredths versus 64 hundredths. 64 hundredths is definitely bigger, so 6/10 is less than 64 hundredths. Right from least to greatest. How do I do it? Well, I'm going to write them on top of each other. I'm going to go off to the side here so I have space. And find a space on your sheet somewhere to do it so you can look back at it if you need to. All right, so I do have one that goes to thousands, so I want them all to be thousands. All right, so I have 8 in all of them, 8 holes. 50 thousandths, 100 thousandths, 10 thousandths, 150 thousandths, and 105 thousandths. Well, 10 thousandths is definitely the smallest, and we are starting with the smallest. We're starting with the least. So I know that one is going to be first. Remember, I'm going to get rid of that last 0 so it matches what I originally had. Okay, you can write the 0, but just know, say if it was multiple choice, they might not include that 0 in your choices. Next, I have 500, 100, 150, 105. 100 is going to be next, so 8 and 1/10 is next. Then I have 105, which is how it was written originally. Then I have 150. So I'm just going to write 8 and 15 hundredths since that's what it looked like originally. And then 8 and 5/10 is the biggest one. All right. The one other thing to know, just to give you some background knowledge, it asks about sort of pounds and how much something weighs. If it helps, 1 pound is like the weight of a shoe, or a big apple would weigh a pound, just as far as knowing like what's reasonable. Okay, it talks about a baseball on there, but just so you have some comparison for what might weigh a pound. Let me know if you have questions. You got this.